Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another analysis video. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Tonight, we're going to be taking a look at a portion of a video that I did previously on a few performances from the Oscars, because I was asked about the performances, whether they were fully live or not. And at the end of that video, we found that the first one wasn't live, but the second one and the third one were live. So I want to go back to this because when I made that video, I didn't know that Doja Cat, the second performance, had come in for such criticism because of her vocal that she supplied on the night. And in my video, I pointed out that with her vocal, it was consistently flat. So I came to the conclusion during that analysis that the artist, Doja Cat, and it's not an artist that I'd heard of before, but I said that she was obviously hearing the backing, the instrumentation, flat, that it was, I think, roughly 24 cents flat, because when you adjust the backing for her voice, it now all makes sense, and she's spot on, throughout the whole performance, and it's a great vocal. The reason that I want to revisit this is because, first of all, I've seen that Doja Cat had to answer the critics and then said that, yeah, she was nervous and, missed a few notes and all this kind of stuff. So I'm not sure that she's aware that she didn't miss any notes, that she was actually perfectly in key for when the instrumentation is 24 cents flat, and that most likely she was hearing the instrumentation in that place with her in-ear monitors or the fold back at the front of the stage, whatever she was relying on. It'd be great if this video gets out there so that she or one of her team might be able to see it, because when you have this knowledge of music and what it's like to perform live, and knowing that this kind of thing happens regularly, and I've had loads of comments on that video where professional singers have said, yes, I've had this where I've sung along to the accompaniment and then realised on watching it back that I've been perfectly sharp or perfectly flat because it sounded like it was there at the time when people watching at home were hearing something different. I'm surprised that nobody in her team has, noticed that that's the case, because if people start saying, oh, your performance was rubbish and you missed loads of notes, the answer would be, well, yeah, because I was hearing the instrumentation 24 cents flat. If you adjust the instrumentation, you'll find that my performance was absolutely spot on for the whole thing. So there's an absolutely valid argument, and I think it's maybe a defense mechanism when you've got so much thrown at you from the media saying, oh, that wasn't a very good performance. Because she's got nothing to argue against that, nobody from her team has told her actually what most likely happened. She's had to go on the defensive and say, oh yeah, well, nerves got the better of me, and it's such a big song to take on and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it'd be great for her to know that actually your performance wasn't flat, it wasn't bad. Now, the other reason for making this video is because I've received emails from people saying, can I release the edited version so that people can hear the performance as Doja Cat was hearing it? Unfortunately, I don't own the copyright for the performance, and I don't have any authority to release the performance edited as to how it should have sounded. But maybe in some alternate universe, if anybody who is part of Doja Cat's team or Doja Cat herself sees this video, then I could send it to them and then they could release the edited version, and it might be nice just to have that as the option to show people what it actually sounded like and what it sounded like to Doja Cat when she was singing. But anyway, I've got this up on screen because just typing in Doja Cat Diamonds Are Forever, you'll see here Doja Cat branded a mess over Oscars 2025 performance. And then Doja Cat admits to screwing up Diamonds Are Forever. Then Doja Cat speaks out after backlash to Oscars performance. So you've got all of this negative press about a performance that was fully live. So when we're talking about all of the negative press to do with this performance, what are they comparing this performance to? Are they comparing this with 95% of other live performances that are post-pitch corrected? I guarantee you that they are. And because there's nothing on screen or no way of people knowing what is live and what is manipulated and actually isn't live, or what might be auto-tuned, because people don't know, they're comparing a truly live vocal to something that has been pitch corrected and sounds perfect. And guess why it sounds perfect? Because it's been manipulated in order to sound perfect. And I mean, I'm mentioning my authentic vocal project all the time, because if people know about it, if people realize that it would be possible in the future to have the registered trademark on screen during a performance like this, then people would be able to judge it on what it is. That this is a real singer here actually singing. This isn't somebody singing and then it being post-processed and corrected and then you hear the result. To say that, oh, it was an absolute mess and all this kind of stuff is, not fair, because it is a truly live vocal. But then, secondly, I always ask on the channel, why is everyone tuning their vocals? Not only in the mainstream industry, it's an industry standard. Why are independent artists doing it? And why are YouTubers doing it who aren't even signed to a record label, for example? This is why. Because the press are clueless as to what they're listening to. They're going to have a go at someone who is genuinely singing live, and then they're going to praise someone who wasn't singing live and who has been pitch corrected, who might have been using auto-tune live. So that's the problem. And you can honestly come to the conclusion of thinking, well, why would I sing live? If I miss a note, I'm going to get, totally, I was going to say slagged off in the press, because that's effectively what's happening. Is, as a singer, you're just being totally, disrespected for actually wanting to sing live. If anything, everyone should be praising the person who has said, no, I'm going to perform without a safety net. I'm not going to tune my vocal. I'm going to do it as Shirley Bassey did back in the day. I'm just going to sing live and do my best with it. This is why I'm really hoping that authentic vocal as a concept gets out there and people start seeing the logo and they know what it stands for, so that they can judge it knowing that you're hearing a genuine singer here. This isn't anything that's being manipulated or being faked, so that the people that do try to sing genuinely live at least can get a little bit of recognition for that. So anyway, what I'm going to do is play sections of this performance from the Oscars. Hopefully it won't get copyright blocked, but this is the version that I have edited and changed the pitch of the instrumentation to now bring everything back in line as to where Doja Cat's vocal is. So let's have a listen.
Diamonds are forever. They are all I need to please me. They can stimulate and tease me. They won't leave in the night. Have no fear that they might desert me.
The key, no pun intended, the key is hearing the vocal and then listening to the instrumentation and its relevance now that it's where it should be for the vocal. Have a listen.
Desert me.
That me and then the da 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 da. It's exactly where it should be.
Diamonds are forever.
And again, I mean, I've left in here that you can see that according to A440, standard pitch equal temperament, this was a note that was flat. But again, listen to it.
Diamonds are forever.
It sounds absolutely bang on. And I have not edited Doja Cat's vocal. This is the original vocal from the night. All I've done is change the instrumentation.
Hold one up and then caress it.
Like even here, down, listening to it, you're not aware of any tuning issues. And we're between notes here, but once the backing is adjusted, it's great.
Touch it, stroke it, and undress it.
Even that nah is now so much more relevant.
I can see every part, nothing hides in the heart.
And again, absolutely fine, that whole vocal phrase, but according to A440, you can see flat here, flat here, flat here. And when I was looking at this actually, I thought that this is too much of a coincidence that she's got these intervals and her intervals are so precise that she's coming back to this point. So she wasn't aiming for this line, she was aiming for here, and she absolutely hit it. And then when she gets through her vocal phrase to then the next note, this is where her D4 is that she's hearing. So of course she nails that D4 again.
To hurt me, I don't need love. Oh, what good would love do me? Diamonds never lie to me. For when love's gone, then love starts.
Yeah, I mean, this is great because anybody listening to this now, there's no way that, especially knowing that this is a fully live vocal, there's no way that you could criticize this, especially at an event that's so well publicized, taking into consideration the nerves as well. This is so accurate when you understand actually what was going on.
Diamonds are forever, forever, forever. Diamonds are forever, forever, and ever.
And there we have it. Again, great indication of what was going on with that last note. Look at the way that we are, again, and compare this to the notes that I just pointed out when I said about Doja Cat's intervals, that she's coming back to exactly the same point. Here again, we're exactly the same point flat. And when you listen to this note held, that note with the instrumentation in the background is absolutely spot on. And then vibrato at the end as well. So yeah, there you have it. I mean, I had to play it in sections, but hopefully you can appreciate now how that whole performance was so accurate. It's just such a shame that people don't necessarily understand what was happening on stage and all of the negative press that was written. And it's even worse that there's negative press about a genuinely live vocal, because where do you go from there? I tell you where you go from there. Everyone thinks, I'm not going to risk doing that just in case or say for example they nail the performance live, but they did hear it in a different place, so it comes across as being either sharp all the time or flat all the time, and the singer who did a genuinely great performance still, gets all of these different articles that's effectively saying how bad a job they did, because the press aren't informed. Any other artist will say, well, why would I risk doing that when you don't get any credibility for singing live? I might as well just record it in the studio and mime or lip sync, because then people are going to say it's great because they don't know. I guess that's what I'm here for. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the authority to release this version of this song, but I think it just would be great for Doja Cat to have this response. so that she knows that actually she didn't do anything wrong. Anyway, yes, thank you guys for that initial request to take a look at the Oscars. As always, let me know what you guys think, because it is more of a discussion topic about the pressures on singers to tune their voices when people doing it genuinely live get negative press for doing that. But yeah, keep those suggestions for future requests coming in the comment section below. As always, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!